we're recording this.
Oh yeah, we're recording, and we're also going to.
It's
George! George, are you kidding? I'm leaving. I hate this game.
We got to start it off right. And let me see.
What are we playing?
We're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
He's nuts on your face.
Get out. So,
So funny.
you're such a bad person.
I know.
Okay, so needle pulling thread. Where we last left off, the group had gotten back to Whitestone via a teleportation spell of sorts by Ganix, and had successfully got everyone back, and y'all had gone back to the Whitestone Whetstone, which is kind of over in this location here. And the three men in the group decided to stay and kind of relax by eating copious amounts and making fools of themselves, while you retired up to your room, room 412.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
That's right.
And where you wanted some privacy and some alone time, so to speak. So we will pick up immediately when you get inside the door to your room, and the others are downstairs doing their thing.
What am I immediately going to do?
Yes. What you walk in, shut the door behind you. Do you lock it? Do you?
Yeah, I lock it.
Okay.
And I just drop my stuff on the bed, and I hurry and take out my paper and pens.
Okay. All right. Yeah. What are you looking to do with your paper and pen?
I want to write a letter to Granny Gumshoe.
Or write a letter to Granny Gumshoe. How are you looking to get this sent?
I'll figure that out.
Okay.
But first thing, I wanted to hurry and write a letter to
Okay.
to her.
Okay.
And I want.
Go ahead.
I want it to basically be like, listen, I hope you're doing really well. I'm out on these adventures, like you've always told me about, but I'm a little concerned. We've been tracking down these abyssal creatures, and I tell her about like what happened in the square, and going into the mountains and fighting off these things, and the one that looked like her. And I'll tell her about what the library guy, the bookstore guy, Grayfield said about who created these. And I'll say, I just am looking for some advice, some help. I'm traveling with this guy named War, and his parents were part of the government here. And were they murdered?
War's parents?
Yeah. Or did they just leave?
They were attacked.
Yeah.
And then they left after they were attacked.
Okay. And I'll tell her about Ganix. No, but I'll say his real name, Ganix.
Okay.
And I'll tell her that I'm concerned because I don't know who to trust, and I'm going to ask her for advice, or if she's heard of any of these people, if I know who I can trust around these parts. Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be a long ass letter.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got lots of paper.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna say that it's about 7 pages in total, since it's being handwritten. It's not typed out.
Yeah.
And have as a tiefling, that's kind of the first time away from her main city. You probably don't know what the cost is of mailing a letter.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Oh, jeez. Okay. Um. Two.
What was um shit. Jester. What was her profession?
She was a cleric,
Cleric.
but she never healed, which is why they got the
Well, I'm just wanting to know if I can. I wanted a way to send messages, like she
scaling.
did.
Yeah, yeah. So you have sending, which is a bard, cleric, or wizard spell.
Bard has it.
Bard has it. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a third level spell. So you'd have to put 5 points into bard. I believe. I'm just
Okay.
doing a quick measurement here from distance from Whitestone to Singorn. Singorn is. Oh, it's down there. Shiza. It's going to be those.
Hmm.
E3 divided by.
I'm trying to decide if I want to do a bard or something else for the healing.
So I think I think Matt's character in the, was it Taldori Reborn? Was that the where Matt was actually playing, not DMing, and like everyone died? That's where Orn comes from, and
Oh, what was it called?
that one, Matt's character,
Yeah.
he was their healer, but I think he was a wizard, and because like people were commenting on how brilliant it was because he he could have more powerful spells as a wizard and then pick up healing spells and then be the cleric but be a more powerful cleric but also has the glass cannon capability of a wizard. And so I think that's something that he did. So I don't know if a wizard subclass would be better than a bard. um, You'd have to kind of take a look down both of those
Hmm.
uh, directions. So I'm looking at a map here. Here we got Whitestone, and here down here is where we have Singorn.
Hmm.
So that's about. If you take a look here, there's a small legend that this distance is 300 miles, and so
So how
on.
did I get to Taldor or for wherever I'm at? Whitestone.
You traveled like caravan or um, uh, pilgrimage of sorts. The complete journey of that isn't necessarily narrated in your backstory. Um, it just jumps from you being in Singorn and wanting to go out and see the world and hearing about how Whitestone is a place of forgiveness and a place of spirituality, and you feel like you need to have both of those in your life. And so you take your leave from Singorn and go up to Whitestone. Um, we may be able to say something like you stowed away on a teleportation spell, um, since
Mm.
Singorn is filled with magical beings and you just appeared there. But the trek back, especially as you guys are currently traveling by horse, you're looking at 1,500 plus miles. So a letter to be sent there, it says that it should be 2 copper pieces for every mile. So 1,500 miles, it's 3,000 copper pieces, which is 300 silver or 30 gold to send that letter.
Okay. Then what I want to do then is go talk to Grayfield.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to slip out without the others seeing, like
Okay.
out the back door.
Out the back.
And yeah.
Okay. So in the structure and architecture of this hotel, they don't have like a service elevator, so to speak. They
Mhm.
have like the front elevator that you went up to get to your room. They have a back elevator, but um, the the closest thing to a back door that they got, because they have to be wary of things like uh, bandits, um, uh, thieves, murderers, things like that.
Mhm.
They have the door from the kitchen, and then they have the door out front. Hold on, Gilly's barking at something. I got to go see what she's freaking out about.
Okay.
She, I had opened up the pool earlier today to fill it up,
Mhm.
and she had decided to plunge her head and chest down into the water, and so I can't let her inside because she's still soaking wet.
Oh
I
man.
think she's just barking because she doesn't like being out there alone.
I see. I see.
Okay. So, you are looking to go and speak to Grayfield?
Yeah.
And okay, so uh, the issue with stealthing right now in the front or the kitchen back door is that the group is paying attention to both sides. Like they,
Mm.
the uh, now you wouldn't know this. So
Mhm.
if we want to do like your attempted stealth check, and then if they spot you,
What I'll do is okay. So I'm gonna try to do it tonight. But if I feel like okay, yeah, I'm gonna try and do it tonight. Yeah,
try and do what tonight?
I'm gonna try to sneak out
Oh, like after
the place.
hours.
Yeah.
Okay, how long are you going to wait before you head out?
Um, till they look very drunk or very involved in their gambling.
Okay, I need like a time because
um.
it matters in a city.
Okay, let's say like 7 o'clock.
Okay, 7 o'clock. So you guys got in around noon.
Yeah.
Um, hold on, I got to reply to Rob. I'm going to bed early. Maybe some cough medicine. Get me down. Uh, So they immediately started ordering and eating and regaling and stupidity and whatnot. Um, I'd say that by 6 they are good and wasted. Uh, you can go ahead and roll a stealth check with advantage.
Okay, okay, okay. Hold on, I have to get back to my character sheet.
And
Okay. Oh no, I'm not good at stealth anymore. Shit. Oh no! I'm a -3.
you rolled a -3.
Yeah. No, wait, I rolled a 3. Sorry.
Rolled a 3. Okay. Well, Geldrick rolled with disadvantage and still got a 21. One of his was a
Oh, and I
natural
get. Oh,
20.
wait. It's an. I have an advantage.
Yeah. So you get
Okay,
to
I'm
roll
gonna
one
roll
more.
again. You can do this, cutie. You can do this. You cannot do this. It's a 3.
No, that's a 1. Okay. Yeah. So a 3. Um, so uh, as you start coming down the elevator, Geldrick does notice you. He looks right up at you and just screams "caca, caca," just that "caca, caca," and it's weird because while he's saying "caca, caca," there's a little slur in his speech. Is it "caca, caca, caca," and slams another ale, and as he does, Ulysses grabs the giant barrel in front of them that looks like a bucket to him, and he pours a bunch into Geldrick's mug, and it overflows and splashes on the table, and they all laugh, distracting him slightly. Um, you're able to make it down the elevator, but you have been noticed. Are you going to go through the kitchen or out the front door?
Out the front door, and I'll just be like thumbs up and laughing, like, "Oh my gosh, it's so funny! Order me a drink. I'll be right back."
So you're going to call attention to the others in the group.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
He's already seen me, so might as well play it off like I mean it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a deception check for me.
19.
Okay. I am certain that George is going to hate me for rolling 2 natural 20s with his character
Oh no.
when he's not here. Okay. What was yours?
19.
Okay, so his disadvantage was 5. So he believes you and he gives you a thumbs up back, and he uh, grabs an empty glass off of a nearby table. Doesn't know if it's clean. Doesn't care. Puts it down next to his and uh, points at it for Ulysses to fill up, who happily pours it, not knowing why or for what it's for. He's too drunk to know. So you're able to get out the front door with minimal distraction, and you are now out on the streets. Are you gonna walk casually? Are you gonna run over to Greyfields? What is your current pace and demeanor? Are you cautious? Are you looking around, trying to keep a tab on who's keeping tabs on you? Or are you just trying to get from A to B?
I'm not keeping tabs of who's keeping tabs on me necessarily. I'm trying to walk quickly, but I'm not running. And
Okay.
my demeanor is more like if someone were to look at me, they'd probably make me think that I was like a little bit nervous.
Okay. Okay. And are you actually nervous, or are you just trying to give off that impression?
I'm actually nervous.
Okay. All right. So it takes you just a few minutes to get over there. You're familiar with the way from the Whetstone. It's just a few streets over and a couple streets down. You get there in about 6 or 7 minutes, and you I forgot what the name of his establishment is called. But you were able to get to Greyfields just fine. And as you open the door, the bell rings.
Mr. Grayfield?
There's no one behind the counter. There's nobody in the upper loft area between the bookshelves that you can see. It is eerily quiet.
Do I notice, like, was there like a struggle kind of a thing, or is it just like he's just not there?
Roll an investigation check for me.
And
I mean, it looks like it usually does. You can't really tell if there was any kind of struggle. There's, on the counter itself, it's always nice and tidy. Behind the counter, there's a kind of a countertop area that typically has papers and other things strewn about it, and that just looks normal. So you can't tell if the strewn about paperwork is intentional or as a result of something happening. You really just don't know.
I'm going to um inch towards the paperwork that's strewn about and see if I can read it.
Okay. Are you gonna like lean over obviously to the over the
Yeah,
counter, or are you
yeah,
gonna? Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me. Are you trying to keep an eye out for Grayfield or
yeah,
anyone else? Okay, so
yeah.
you'll roll it with disadvantage because you'll be slightly distracted.
Okay, 5 and a 10, so 5.
Okay. I mean, you don't see a lot. You see common words that you'd see with a store: shipment, um, uh, a receipt. Uh, Usually just main keywords that are popping off the page to you. You see like gold and silver and copper amounts, and you see like numbers next to words. You can't really make out the words, but you can tell that they're probably quantities of things. They're either shipping receipts or shipping orders. That's the most that you can really pick out.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna try calling out for him again. Mr. Grayfield, it's Ia. Are you there?
How loudly are you calling out?
I know that he's got his place in the basement, so loud enough that I think that he can probably hear me from down there. I mean, I guess it's soundproof, isn't it? Um,
It's soundproof going out from the basement.
oh, but he can hear.
You don't know if it's soundproof going in to the basement.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do, like if I were to try to yell for you from the upstairs of the parents' room, like the parents' house,
Yep.
that's how loud I am.
Okay. Um, a few moments pass by of silence before you hear, "Oh,
Oh,
hello, Ammon.
before I hear an ammon.
How's it going?"
Guys, what's up?
Oh, we're just in the middle of Ia doing some stuff.
Some really cool
You're
stuff.
you're welcome to stay and hang out and like listen, but you got to make sure that Ammon's knowledge of things doesn't transfer to Ulysses' knowledge of things.
I mean, I can jump off if you don't want me to be here.
I'd say that's completely up to Katie.
I don't mind.
All right, I'll mute myself. Then I am not tempted to say smartass remarks.
Fair.
Okay. So after it's quiet for a while. You don't really hear anything. You start to get the impression that it's late enough that perhaps the store has closed, but it was unlocked. So it sort
Oh.
of it's sort of like, okay, well, did he close without locking up? Did he? Um, is he here? But he's like running an errand. Like what's going on? And as you're going through these possibilities in your mind, you hear the ring again, and turn around to see Greyfield coming in, hitting a large pipe against his forearm, knocking out the remaining substance of whatever was in there as he's hitting it and going, yes, 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 I'm here, darling. I'm here. What can? Oh, yeah. I didn't recognize your voice from your yelling. I was just kind of out to the side of my establishment here having a good old pull on some good old uh, northern green hash. It's beautiful stuff. It makes every evening feel magical.
Oh,
Uh, what
I'm
what
so
what can I do
glad.
for you?
Well, I'm glad that you're doing. Are you doing well? Are you? Have business been good?
I mean, business has been business as usual. Nothing real like amazing that's happened. Nothing too terrible. I mean, we're staying afloat, and that's what matters.
Oh, well, that's good. That's very good. Um, Mr. Griffin, I know I come to you for a lot of things, but I just kind of I feel like you know a lot, and I was wondering if I could ask you some questions.
Yeah, sure. Is this like a
It's
privileged conversation, sort
no,
of? Okay, okay.
this
Because
is just
I have been curious myself as to how your last task went that you were looking out, looking to go off and doing. And seeing as
yeah.
how you're back and not dead, I have to assume that it went fairly well. But as I'm someone who trades in information, I would be much obliged if as I'm offering up answers as I can give them, that I'm getting some sort of a reciprocation of information that I can help trade with to my own cohorts, if it were,
Oh,
is if that sounds okay to you.
I mean, I don't know if I really have anything of value. Is that going to be a problem?
You know what? If you don't mind answering the question, then I'll consider that value enough.
Okay. Well, I can tell you that we did almost die, and in fact, one of my travel buddies, I thought that he had died, but he didn't. And Ganix, actually, do you know who Ganix is?
Ganex. Yeah, I've heard his name come up a few times. He's a weird individual.
Yeah.
He's a much higher ranking official than his office currently affords him, but he's doing it out of like some sort of respect or favor or something. I don't know. It's like a king acting like a knight for a few weeks for another king, sort of a thing. He's a big deal where he comes from, but here he's kind of like a low level peon. It's weird. It's weird, I
Well,
tell you. But yeah, I've heard of him.
yeah, yeah. So I didn't. I'll be completely honest with you. I did not like him when we first met him. He kind of
Oh
gave me bad vibes, but the more I'm getting to know him, the more I feel like he's actually not so bad of an individual. He came out and he saved us, and he didn't have to, and we were able to, you know,
yeah.
get things all sorted out. So that's good.
Well, I will tell you that I'm not one for judging people that I haven't met right up myself, but I can tell you that that he was especially requested by the DeRollo family themselves, and I've met the DeRollos on a few occasions, and they have always impressed me as the kind of people that you'd like to have over as friends, and you'd like to keep friends as long as possible, not in like a threatening way, but in just like a good people sort of way. So
Hmm.
I'd be willing to bet that if they sent out for him and he's here because of them, that he's probably worth trusting. He might come across as abrasive at times, but I mean, I would be too if I walked into my store tomorrow morning and found out that I was no longer running it and I had to just sweep the shit off the ground every day. And that's kind of the situation he's in. You know, he's not supposed to be where he's at. He's supposed to be much higher up in the ranking system, but he's scraping the shit off of people's shoes that really don't have the gumption to hold him up on their shoulders. So there may be some attitude there, but if the DeRollos trust him, he's the kind of guy I would trust too.
Okay. Well, that's actually really helpful to me. Um, so the Derolos, are they are like important people around these parts? You know that I'm not from here, right?
Yeah. No, I've sussed that out. I believe we had a previous conversation, and based off of those conversations, I was able to kind of figure out that your unfamiliarity with the city and its inner workings is, you know, it must be because
Mm.
you're not from around here. Otherwise, it's like,
Right.
okay, were you a prisoner? No, I know that
No.
because I looked you up when we started talking. I needed to make
Oh.
sure that I wasn't harboring a criminal or someone wanted by the crown or anything like that. So,
Is there anything good out there about me?
I mean, if nothing is good, then yes. But I
Oh,
couldn't find a whole heck of a lot about you. I mean, the world's a pretty big place, so it's mostly
yeah.
like, hey, have you heard of someone that looks and acts like this, who goes by this name? And if people
Mm.
come back and say nope, then it's like, okay, well, they're obviously
Yeah.
not the super high up of great or the super low of shit.
Yeah.
So they're sitting right there in that gray area, and being Mr. Grayfield, that's my place.
Well, if you want to start spreading rumors about how great I am, I won't stop you, okay?
Okay, okay. Oh my goodness, you are a firecracker. Okay. Well, I gotta ask. Your recent adventure. You've been gone for, gosh, a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks now. How did things go? I mean, you said that someone almost died, or that you
Yeah.
thought they died, but they didn't die. Like, how do you? I'm curious. How do you mess that up? Because usually it's like, oh, his head's not there. He must be dead, and then it's like, oh, never mind. It's still attached. That's not like the kind of mistake you
Yeah,
you tend to make.
right? And I don't like I didn't feel his pulse or anything, but you know, my what I don't want to call them teammates, but the people I travel with, they checked and he didn't have a pulse. We were attacked and they killed. We thought that they killed him, and then his body disappeared. And then the
Uh,
next morning he was there.
okay, attacked by like people, by bandits. Like, what do they look like?
Well, they changed their faces sometimes. Like they were like looked like family members or people we knew. It was kind of freaky.
Were they shapeshifters then?
You
Like
know,
the race of shapeshifters, or
no, I don't think so.
okay.
If I remember correctly, I think that they were I think that they were demons of some sort. I don't know.
Oh, so this was happening during your mission to solve the curious case of the quizzical demons or something.
Can I do an insight check to see if he's being a little bit too curious, like a little bit too
Yeah.
like eager to find out information?
Yep. Go ahead.
Damn it! 3.
Um, do you think that he's being just perfectly reasonable?
Okay. Yeah, it was a part of that mission that I told you about with Gannick. We were just trying to find out some more about that. That uh tussle that happened in the town square a few weeks back.
Yeah, yeah, no, I remember that. I also remember that I told you about a couple of other things that had happened that weren't real public knowledge, like that family that had been massacred in their home, and like
Yeah.
a hole that had been torn out of the ground that they had come out through. And yeah, I was just curious, if that sort of thing should be the sort of thing I should be keeping my eyes out for. Like, was there any kind of resolution to that, or are you guys still searching for clues and answers?
No, I think that there was a resolution. We were able to find out where they were coming from and put a lock on the situation.
Okay, okay. Now I gotta ask. It's not my business, but there's certain other questions in the background that it would answer if I knew the answer to this next question. Tell me to just go ahead and fuck off if you want, but can you tell me if it was like a person or a thing that
A
was causing
thing.
it? It was a thing.
I think so. I
Okay.
think it was a thing.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Do
Well,
I know, Kenny?
um, Roll an Arcana check for me.
Natural one.
You do not have any idea if it was person or thing that caused it. You're not familiar enough with portals to know if they can be created by a person or if they are simply natural causing
Um,
artifacts.
so what I'll do is I'll explain to him what the portal looked like.
Okay, so you're gonna give them like those details then.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, okay, that's fascinating. And you say it was only yay big, like just big enough that maybe you could have crawled through it or something could have crawled
Yeah.
out of it about your
Yeah.
size.
Yeah.
Okay, that is very peculiar. And okay, sorry. Getting back to the I guess the main question. Your friend was dead, and then they disappeared, and then they weren't dead. Um,
hmm
where did they reappear at? Was it the same place or a different place?
I think it was the same place we moved. Is the thing is he died. His body was closer to the entrance of where we came in, and then we moved in deeper, and he came from that direction.
Like from deeper he came?
No, from the entrance.
Oh, okay. So it's not like he came through the portal.
No, 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 no,
Okay, I
no.
was getting worried that you had some sort of like demon doppelganger
No,
as your
that
buddy,
would
and
be a bad day.
yeah, I would ask you where he is, and I'd go slit his throat to be sure myself. But
Oh, yeah, no, that's
uh,
not a thing.
okay,
Promise.
okay, all right. Well, I mean, there are lots of. I mean, I don't want to say lots. There are a few things that can be done to help stay death if they're on the cusp of it. But as far as bringing someone back altogether from death, that is a unique trick. And if you didn't see or hear anything that that would suggest what had happened, that's
Would it
a
tell
real
you
curious
anything?
trick.
Would tell you anything if I told you that afterward he was very thirsty?
Thirsty. I may have to do some digging on that.
Okay.
Thirsty. I
Well,
I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but like it's a curious symptom to throw out there. I'll
mhm.
tell you that much. It's a curious thing to throw out there.
So who would you? Because I don't want to keep on bothering you. So would you mind telling me who you would go to find out that kind of information?
Oh, well, I mean, I have to, if I'm looking for something medicinal, I'd go to the main uh, sick ward in the city. It's kind of on the, I mean, on the outskirts of the manor, just kind of like on, it's between the manor itself and the main city. It's kind of like a big courtyard area. The DeRollos like to have the sickly somewhat close so that they can keep an eye on them. Very, very nice people, them DeRollos. Um, and there's also the royal um, healer, the royal doctor that lives up in the castle in the manor with the DeRollo family, but he's not really someone that's like necessarily available to the public for obvious reasons. But I mean, from what I heard, you and your group were out on business for the city. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
one may be able to make the argument that you know having some sit down time with the royal medicine man should somehow fall within the benefits of your task. But that's just me. I'm not them. I know they're good people, but they're not pushovers. So you can try to talk to him. He might be probably the most knowledgeable on the subject, but the people that are over at the hospital itself, the care ward, they should at least be able to point you in a decent direction.
Okay.
I mean that's if something medically happened, okay? Medicinally,
Okay.
if it happened. Now, if we're talking like some voodoo went down, or like some magical effect took place, there are you could go to uh, the Temple of Ayun and go talk to the priests there. They might have some idea. You could go to um, I mean, gosh, when it comes to magical things, there's all sorts of divine and really shady ways of bringing someone either back from the dead or supposedly back from the dead, if you catch my drift. Necromancy and such.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets actually quite a bit harder to point you in a direction at that point, because it's like, hey, look in a direction and ask, and you'll probably hear about some way of bringing someone back, but at a very heavy cost. So, uh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure that's not as much help as you'd like, but it's kind of
Well,
the
it's
best I got.
it's all led to something in my mind that I think I now have to do. So it's been very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, anytime.
Um. Um. Okay. Okay. What time is it?
Now it's probably 8 o'clock,
Okay.
so sun's starting to go down.
Okay. Well, it was nice speaking with you, Mr. Grayfield. When if I have any more information, I'll let you know for sure. Okay.
Okay, well, you know where to find me, and I'm curious about your next adventure. As I recall, your previous task is now, as you said, all locked up, all buttoned up. Are you sticking around town for a while? Are you going to be taking off soon? You've become a bit of a favorite customer of mine because of the great stories and the well-to-do conversation. I'd be slightly amiss if this was our last conversation. I didn't know it.
No, 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 no. I will be here for a couple of days, and you'll probably see me more than you want to see me in the next couple of days.
Okay, I'm gonna try not to read into that in any more of a creepy sense than it sounded. Uh, you take care, there, Firecracker, and we'll see you later.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Grayfield. Take care, and I'll leave. Um,
Kring.
how close is Ganix's office?
So Ganix, so over here is like Mr. Grayfield's area,
Oh, I
and
thought that he was in the Down Father Square.
now this is where like all the uppity,
Oh.
higher cost magic shops. Like if you went in with less than 5,000 gold, you're not going to be able to buy anything.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of located over in this region here. It's like off Broadway. He's not on Broadway. He's off Broadway.
Okay.
And the captain of the guards, he kind of sits over here in this general vicinity, where he can have sort of direct access to both the manor, the high pricey uppity part of town, the hospital, as well as a couple of the main entrances to the city. So it's a pretty central location for the guards, and that's where the captain of the guards uh, hold is.
I'll go there.
You're gonna go to the okay. So it takes you about. Are you rushing still? Or are you like? Are
It's a
you
slower pace this time
okay?
because I'm in thought.
You're in thought. Okay. So
I'm
you're
I'm pensive.
yep mulling things over and chewing through your thoughts. Okay. So it takes you about half an hour to get there. Um, as you are about 2 blocks away, you notice. Actually, roll a perception check for me.
I've not been doing well tonight and rolling 11.
Okay. So while you're in thought, you do kind of notice, but not enough to break you out of your thought, that you do have someone who's been staying close to you, not like shoulder to shoulder, but staying probably 3 or 4 arm lengths away from you for the last few blocks. Are you going to remain in thought, or are you going to look over and see who it is?
I'm gonna look over.
Okay, it's just a guard. He
Okay.
seems to be keeping pace with you at your rather slow nature, or your slow pace, and he's he's just walking at the same pace. He's actually matching your cadence of your footsteps as you're walking as well.
I'm gonna slow down and walk over, so I'm walking side by side with him.
Okay, with each step that you take toward him, like kind of slightly over, he makes the same step toward you until you're like you've met in the middle,
Okay.
so to speak.
Okay. And I'll be like, "Did Gannick send you?"
He's gonna look at you and just go, Genix sends everyone when he
Got
wants something.
Okay.
I know who you are, and I know of your recent interactions, and I know where the guardhouse is, and I wouldn't be a very good guard unless I recognized that you're making a bit of a beeline in that direction. So I
Yes.
figured that since you're not uh, an enemy, so to speak, uh, maybe a tail or a companion could be useful. I've been looking around trying to make sure that you're not being followed, because the types of business that you've been involved with has been sensitive. And so I don't know. I saw you alone. It made me slightly worried. I saw the direction you were heading. Made me even more worried. I just thought I should you know,
I
keep an
appreciate
eye.
that. Thank you. Do you want a word there's secondary candy?
Oh, a lot of people like like those kinds of things. I just I'm good with meat and
Oh.
the toughness of bread and things like,
Oh.
there's something real about that. I'm not too big on magical things.
I
So
see.
I appreciate the offer. It is very kind of you. I know what those are worth, and I know what those are worthers. Sorry,
That's
but
good.
yeah,
Well, what's
I'm
your name?
I'm fine. Um, my name is Hector Grumax. I'm I'm just a guard, born and raised right here in Whitestone.
I put out my hand to him to shake it. And I say, "I'm Mia."
oh yeah, okay.
Just
That's
so we're like formally introduced, because it's kind of creepy that you know my name and I don't know yours. This is like a
yeah.
normal meeting kind of.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't trying to get your attention by following you. I just didn't feel great
Yeah. No, I
with how I
appreciate it.
read the situation. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Do you know if Ganix is in?
Oh man, he's I don't know if he's ever not in. That
That's kind of what I
guy,
assumed.
he's like a workaholic, and I don't know if he sleeps under his desk. I have never seen him not. Like, I don't even know if he has a room somewhere. He's just if he's not there, I will probably have to raise the alarm, because that would surprise everyone.
That's kind of what I figured, but you know, I sometimes read things wrong. Do you trust him? Do you mind me asking that?
I mean, I don't mind you asking. I just, you just met me. You have zero reason to believe anything that I say.
No, but I
As a
feel
skeptical guard, I'm happy to tell you, but I also recognize that there's no reason for any of my words to be true.
that's
I'm
I
just saying.
no,
Um,
I fully am aware that what you would say is from your perspective and not necessarily capital T truth, but
yeah.
I would still like to know if you're willing to share.
I mean, you have to trust your captain. I mean, okay, I'm going to give you the two answers that are both true, and one might be more true than the other, but I honestly can't tell you which one is more true. I mean, the first truth is that if you don't trust the man next to you, you're dead anyway. And I like life, so I trust him for the
Okay.
sole reason that he is placed next to me. So if he's not good or he's not trustworthy, I'm not going to find that out until I'm dead. So there's no use worrying about it now.
Okay.
However, I will say that he has a ethic and a personality which both encourages and terrifies me because he is a workaholic. I don't know how he never sleeps. Um, or at least he could be sleeping when I'm sleeping. I mean, let's be honest. If he's sleeping when I'm sleeping, I wouldn't be aware of him sleeping any more than he'd be aware of me sleeping.
Mhm.
I could have the same sort of thought to him about me, but uh, if he doesn't need sleep, he's got to be some sort of powerful magical user. And you know my stance on magic. It's not for me. If other people want it and use it, that's fine. But I just get worried that if some people take magic too far, and there's always a cost. Has been my
Mhm.
experience with magic. There's always a cost, and so if he's not sleeping, I can't help wonder what the cost is for that. But
Mhm.
but until that becomes an obvious problem, I'm not going to worry about it. He still has my back. He has the city's back, and since the last captain died, who by the way was a good friend of mine, since he's gone and Ganix has showed up, things have gotten safer for the guards. Like Whitestone isn't like a rough and tumble sort of town, so to speak. It has its own follies and problems, but and by now you guys are standing just outside the guard house. Like
Mhm.
you're talking right outside the door. But it has its problems. It has its underground. It has its nuisances. But um, before those nuisances, those undergrounds, those shadow problems could rise up and seemingly swallow up a guard or two here and there. And since he's taken post over the last month, it feels like some of the light has retaken parts of the shadow,
Okay.
corners of the underworld that didn't previously inhabit. So for better or for worse, for whatever Ganix is or however he's doing it, I think I trust him. And for the sake of my life, I have to trust him.
Mhm.
So those are the two answers, and they're the best I got.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you. I really do appreciate you being so open with me and for keeping an eye on me as I walked over here. Are you off duty now?
No, nope.
No.
I am on the swing shift. I'm going to be out well, until that underground side of the city comes out to play.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, I don't expect me to be in here for very long. It would be nice to have someone to walk with me back to my place tonight,
Yep.
just for safety.
Are you still staying at the Whetstone?
Yes, I am.
He gives you like a little smile to indicate that he and
He
the other
knew.
guards know exactly where you guys are and what you're up to.
Yep. I'm fully aware.
Okay.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep. He walks ahead of you in through the door and kind of gives you like a hand to wait a second as he sticks his head in. And after about a minute of conversation, he pulls his head out and says, "Okay, you can go in. He's just getting some finishing touches on his most recent art piece.
Okay.
So
Thank
his
you.
shirt's not on, but the rest of him's clothed. You're okay."
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'll sidestep him and walk in.
Okay. As you walk in, the inside, the interior is well lit. There's actually especially extra light, including a few like 3 balls of light that are strategically placed around his head to give proper illumination to the guy who's tapping the ink, stabbing the ink into his skin. Oh, I gotta go turn off the water that's filling up the pool. Give me like 4 minutes, okay?
Have fun.
Yeah.
Make good choices.
Maybe if Ammon's here, maybe he can entertain you. You can entertain each other. Oh my gosh.
Weird.
Ammon's not here anymore.
Who is it instead?
I don't know. I got nothing. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Just eating some dinner.
What are you eating?
Chicken and potatoes.
Gross.
What are you doing?
Playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, that's fun. Did you do anything cool yet?
I mean, I successfully evaded you guys when I was leaving.
That's rude. Why do you hate us so much?
I don't hate you guys. I just don't trust you guys. Goodness.
What?
What?
What is this blasphemy you speak of?
Oh my goodness gracious. How's work or school or whatever it is you're doing?
Work is good.
Yeah.
I just got into a MBA program.
Good for you. It's very
So
cool.
that's neat.
It's very special.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start today, but I'll start in October.
I'm proud of you.
Well, thanks. I just want to be cool like you.
I'm not cool at all. I'm the weirdest person in the world.
Whatever, you went and did more school.
I hate it every second.
Huh.
Well, excuse me. I was going to ask something and I totally forgot.
Why?
Are you excited for fall?
Yes, and it can't come fast enough. It's too freaking hot.
It's like hell.
Y'all have been real warm up there.
It's been so fucking hot up here. It's insane.
Like, it's been hotter there than it has been here.
Oh yeah. Why a lot.
Which doesn't seem like it's usually that way.
I don't know. Tri-Cities tends to get pretty hot. Last year it got up to 120 here. So that sucks.
Okay.
But the
Then
thing
I'm
is,
way off. But
it's just that it gets to the very far extremes here. So in the summer it's like blistering hot, and in the winters we get to like -20. It's just nuts. It's crazy.
All right then.
But fall here is probably like the best anywhere. I just love fall in Tri Cities.
Fall in general is a good time of year.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, it needs to be cold. I need to be able to wear sweats and sweatshirts.
Stephanie and I are going on vacation together in October, and I'm really excited. We rented this like cottage in this kind of like resort area, and it's like right on a river.
Where?
And it's in Idaho,
Huh.
in the northern part by Sandpoint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we rented this little house, and it's like got this huge like wraparound porch, and it has an outside fireplace, and it's on the river. And then they've got like a clubhouse where you can get like lunch and stuff. And so we're going to bring scooters and like uh, scoot along the bike path that's next to the river and stuff.
Huh.
I'm excited. It'll be a fun vacation, I think.
That'll be cool.
And it'll be in fall, so it'll be all like really pretty and like kind of cold.
Wait, where are you going?
I'm
Cool.
going to Stephanie and I are going on vacation in October. We're going to this like resort type place that's in northern Idaho.
Coeur d'Alene?
No, it's actually north of Coeur d'Alene. It's kind of closer to Sandpoint.
Oh.
So it's like right on this like river, and which leads to a lake, and like lots of trees and shit.
Yep.
And so we rented a house because it's like it looks kind of like a retirement community almost. Like there's a bunch of little cottages, and then and they're all along the river. And then there's like a central clubhouse where you can like buy snacks or have a lunch or something like that.
Send me the address of your rental, and Ammon and George and I will rent the one next to it. And
That would actually be so fun.
I thought you were gonna say that would be your version of hell.
No, I think it would be fun actually. We're going the 1st through the 5th of October. So if you guys want to, join, get your own cottage, then
I thought you were gonna say to join you.
well, our place has 2 beds, and that's it.
I'll sleep on the floor. It's fine.
yeah, we can bunk up 3 of us to a bed.
No. Let me see.
Amma, we still gotta go on a cruise, dude.
I know. When are we going?
I don't know. Do you still want to go during hurricane season so we can get the super cheap tickets?
Yeah.
Okay. Gosh, I don't know. Do you want to go this year? It'll be fall. Like,
So like after October 20th or something, I can't.
okay.
So I might have to postpone that. Oh, dude, Kenny.
Yeah.
I got into an MBA program.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Dude, good job. For where? What school?
SUU.
Sweet. When does it start and how long is it?
October 19th.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a 2-year program, 4-year program?
2 years.
Okay. And when you get it, what field are you looking to conquer?
Babes.
Okay. Because you're going to go into managing Hooters restaurants. I got you.
Yep. Yeah. Hi, Poopers.
Hi, Gilly! 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 Hello, Gilly! Hello! Hello, my little girl, Gilly! Gilly!
I swear, every time you guys do that, her tail goes from like wagging excitedly to just absolutely still. Like she has no idea what the hell's going on.
Anyway, so we may have to try and figure out something before then until
Okay.
I'm trapped in hell for 2 years.
I put the link to the Verbo that we rented in the chat.
Okay.
So you can see it. So if you guys decide you want to, let me know.
This is such a bad idea for you to do this.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, we may not even rent the place next to you. We may just go camping directly in the backyard.
You might. And that would be very scary indeed. I would not like that at all.
Okay.
But it's cool. It's got like a pool and a hot tub, and it has a tennis court and a gym, and it's like a cool little area. So,
Oh my gosh,
anyway.
the garage is a barn door.
Yeah.
I love the aesthetic of that.
Thank
And
you. Yeah.
has a little tree walk around area like the house in Uinta had up by
Yep.
those swing hammock things.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And is that patio on the house or is that at the common lodge area?
No, that's on the house.
Oh, so it's a fireplace outside.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Isn't
Well, that's
it?
where we'll sleep, Kenny, is on the deck.
I'm gonna sleep right on top of right on the stone. Yeah, on the fireplace. It's gonna be amazing.
That's so
Oh my gosh!
funny.
And they have a phallic fountain that's
Mhm.
gushing through the top. That's just there's no way that's not a big giant penis.
I'm definitely nervous that you're looking through the pictures now because I just realized something.
What?
I'm not gonna say.
Oh, there's a naked person in the background.
No.
Oh, okay. Was it? Gosh, it has the dates on there. It has the guests. Has the nights. Dover Bay. That's not a funny word, so that's not it. Unless it's named after someone named Ben. Ben Dover is an amazing name. Gosh, now it feels like there's a puzzle, and I got to figure it out. Okay, there are a couple of underage girls sitting by the pool.
Oh wait, I think you passed it already.
Oh, what?
Good. Okay, we're in the clear.
Okay. There's a bunk bed. There's a bunk bed. Oh my goodness. Katie, there's a bunk bed in one of the rooms. What do you mean it has 2 beds? It has 4 beds. And it has a like a Kenny size love seat chair with an ottoman.
No.
I call bottom bunk.
No.
Oh, I gotta be on top. Gosh, that was a fun game.
I hated that.
They have an workout room that looks like it's never been used, which is perfect.
Love that.
I really like that they took a really like a higher up view and then got like a giant red Sharpie and circled some trees. They're like, yeah, the cabin's in here somewhere. Like, oh, I can see it now. Thank you. But that's cool that the little stream that's behind the cabin is actually is that part of a lake?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like it was like man-made. It looks like they've like purposely dug in things so that all of the houses can have like a waterfront type feature, which I think is cool.
That is. Yeah, that's rad.
Yeah. And it wasn't very expensive at all.
Yeah, I'm seeing that's $225 a night.
Yeah. So like
That's
Stephanie and I are
really
just
expensive to me, so clear.
Well, we're splitting it in half, so it's just like $100 for each of us, you know?
That's still
You could also split it 5 ways if you wanted.
Nope.
Just think, Katie, it could be $45 a night per person.
No.
That's like staying at a KOA.
That's not. No, this is a relaxing vacation for Steffi and I. And no.
And us, we understand.
No.
We will be there to just make it as relaxing as possible. Every 20 minutes, we'll ask you if you need something. And if you say no enough times in a row, we'll assume that we know what you need and then just give it to you.
That sounds terrible.
Okay.
All right, I'll let you get back to it.
Okay. So
yeah. Okay, so you walk in, you see the
Getting his tattoo done.
Getting the tattoo
The lights are
done.
on.
Ganix has his head tilted, or his, I guess this side tilted to this side. Okay. He said that you wanted to talk. This is going to be like that one time that we had a conversation where, like, I had to put you in prison to get you to shut up, is it? Because I thought that we were making good progress, and I didn't want to, like, diminish that.
No, it's not like that.
Okay. Well, I mean, I've paid you. I think I've paid you, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not about
Okay. Well, I'm gonna not try to guess then. I'm not gonna try to guess then. What can I do for you?
that. I nervously look at the people who are doing his tattoos.
Oh, we're almost done. I think I told you I like
Yeah,
scars
you
of, yeah, and so he's almost done. Is it
I
not
have
the kind of conversation you could have
um
with them around, or do they need to do like earmuffs
um
or something?
do they have any sort of like confidentiality with you?
I mean, you guys know I'll kill you, right? And everyone, like, there are two people that are mainly doing it, and they stop and they look at each other and they look at him and go, yeah, of course. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think we're good.
Okay. So you know how there are those things that we've been looking into and whatnot? Well, there's a lot of questions that I feel like have been unanswered, and I feel like there's somebody who can provide a lot of information. And I wrote a letter to this person. It's a long letter, and it's for she's very far away. Uh, I was wondering, is there any way that you could get the letter to her faster than if I were to just put it in the mail?
Where are you looking to send it?
To Singborn?
Fuck me.
Yeah, yeah, that was, yeah.
That's shit. Who? I mean,
I
you know what?
know I understand that it's not fair of me to not tell you who it is, but as I said, she's someone very close to me, and I do think that you are a
A lover?
good guy. A what?
Is it your lover? Like,
No, no, not my lover. She's more of a mother figure.
oh god, that's awkward.
Yeah, it's very awkward.
Okay.
A mother lover.
What was that?
You like looked around. What the hell?
I think someone's scrying on us.
Are you sure that this is a safe place to talk?
It feels like a safe place. Did you guys hear that? That right. Well, I mean, okay, so the thing isn't like just getting the message to the city, because, like, okay. If we did some sort of like spell to send it there, we'd have to have a recipient to receive and then deliver the message. And you'd have to tell who it's for, and then if you're looking to do it directly to this person, it's not.
I see.
It's difficult.
Yeah, I see the conundrum. What if I told you if I put the name? Oh gosh, Ganix, I don't know what to do.
Okay.
And she starts pacing back and forth, wringing her hands.
Shit. She's getting amped up. This is not good for us. This has turned from a 2-minute conversation into like, fuck. Look, just stay calm. We can there are okay. Here's how things work in the world as I understand them. I know that each capital house, so the manor up at the top of the hill, I know that they have easy means of delivering messages across massive distances, um, specifically directly to even people of higher uh, offices, or even to establishments. So if there's like a bar or like um, some sort of I don't know, municipality or government house that you want it sent to, we can like accommodate for that at the manor. But at the guardhouse here, the only thing that we have is like I can alert guards of other cities of things that we feel may be of value to them. So I could potentially send it to the captain of the guards in Singorn to have them deliver a message, but we'd have to disguise it as like national security sort of correspondence. Uh, Given your close nature to this person, are they gonna? Do you think they're gonna be able to like withdraw the information out of it if you have to obfuscate it to make it look like?
She's very bright, so probably.
Okay. So I mean, outside of telling you to go to the main house and speaking with someone on the Dorolo staff to uh, assist you, um, I could do something, but then again, you'd have to tell me who it's for, because I would have to send that to them, and like I have to keep a record of it. You know, this isn't a thing I could just not put on the record, because they're gonna keep a record of receiving it, and
Okay.
if
Well,
they balance out the books, they're gonna see that I
yeah.
did something shady. So
Okay. Then I might go talk to the Dorolos then. But thank you. I appreciate your help and for not yelling at me.
uh
What's your favorite fruit?
fruit.
Yeah.
um God, it feels like I'm walking into a joke of sorts. And I fucking hate jokes. It's not a joke, is it?
It's not a joke, I promise.
If it's a joke, one of these two will die tonight.
Oh, okay.
I'd have to say kiwis.
Kiwis.
Yeah.
Are there a lot of kiwis in these parts?
No. No,
Oh,
I had them once when I was over in Wildmount, across the ocean, and just in some islands, and I was I was a young lad. You know, they were fuzzy. They looked like balls, looked like a bunch of bollocks, and I thought, ha, that's funny. But then they were sweet to eat, and I was like, oh, they look funny. You can use them in funny jokes, and they taste amazing. What's not to like about kiwis?
that's
So
that's
yeah.
fair. I can appreciate that. Is there anything here locally that like fruit wise that you like?
Oh, I mean, I'm always down for a good apple.
Apples.
Yeah, I know it's not like exciting, not an exciting fruit, but you know.
I mean, I'm partial to peaches.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
now I'm confused. We're not. This conversation hasn't taken like a subversion tone, right? Like you're not talking about.
no.
I had insinuated earlier that you were potentially gay. You're not like.
No.
Okay.
No.
I
I'm
just didn't
just
want to not read into it if that's what you were like again, we've made progress, some headway, and I didn't want to like
Yeah,
miss
no,
a
it's just
cue.
my brain
So
doesn't always go in a linear fashion. So this
and
is
my men's brains, and he looks over at the two guys that are doing the tattoo, and they're like, we thought the same thing. Yeah, we thought she was totally, yeah. And he's like, oh yeah, so I thought, yeah, okay.
but you still like apples.
Oh yeah, no, I like apples. Yeah,
Okay, well, thank you again for the help. I appreciate it.
yeah, and it's getting late enough that I don't know if I would recommend visiting the Derolos at this hour.
No, I wasn't planning on it.
Okay.
I was just going to have your guard out there walk me back to with the whetstone.
Oh, Hector.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he's well, he's not a bad god.
I like him.
Which, yeah, okay. Well, I'll keep that in the back of my mind. All right. Are we done yet? Come on. What are you doing? Hold on. So now hold up a mirror and take a look. Why isn't it done? It looks done. Why isn't it done? Fuck off. No, just fuck off. No, we're done. Here. And he tosses them a little satchel of coins and or like a little coin purse of coins, maybe a
Chinny,
few in there. Yep.
I have a question for you.
Yep.
When we were creating my character, I had mentioned something, and I don't know that it actually got in my for real story or if it was just a maybe type situation. So at one point, I had said that perhaps the monk dudes that like raised her were like physically abusive to her, and that's why she doesn't show her legs is because they usually like hit her legs, and so she's got scars on them.
Um so
Does
the
does that mess up your storyline that you'd created if I were to go along with that?
no. So what I have here in my notes for your backstory is that Stu,
Mm-hmm.
okay, your steward who you
Yeah,
called Stu,
yeah, yeah.
um used to actually I gotta see if okay. I can't share with you all of what I have written down because some of it is secret. Um but yeah, Stu used to beat you
Okay.
until blood was shed.
Yes. Okay. So, so knowing, so I have scars on my legs then, right?
You have scars on your legs, you have scars on your back, on your
Okay.
like stomach, a couple on your arms.
Okay.
Um, nothing on your face, nothing on your
Right.
hands.
Nothing visible.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that that was actually part of my character storyline. Um, and so, so he just dismissed the tattoo guys.
Yep. They're on the way out, and he's like admiring the tattoo with the mirror, and he's wiping at it with a rag. And after a few minutes, he puts his hand up, kind of cups it over the tattoo, closes his eyes, starts to mutter something, and when he pulls his hand away, the blood is gone, and it has sealed and healed over so that the tattoo is now permanent. It's past that 2 week phase of like, is it going to bleed? Is it going to stay? Is it going to keep?
Mhm.
He's just fast forwarded through it and he is perfectly fine.
Um. Okay.
Excuse me. Secrets are no fun. Secrets hurt someone.
Oh,
You're not supposed to know
this,
this, Ulysses.
no, I think it's talking about the secrets that I'm keeping.
Yes,
Oh.
that's what
The
I was talking about. Is
Oh, okay.
Timmy's secrets.
Yeah, my secrets are definitely gonna hurt someone.
Oh
Oh
no.
man,
Oh
they're so
no.
fucking good. They're so fucking good.
Don't say that. Um, I will. Okay, so seeing that, I'll just kind of like I'll hesitate at the door, and I'll be like, "Does that actually help you like cope with your scars?"
You mean the tattoos?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah. With with the world being what it is, it's easy to get through life without any scars, and yet with the number of fights and battles that I've been in my life, I don't want to let the memories of those things disappear with the wounds on my body. So it might sound dark or macabre, but I keep scars as memories of certain things. So like, this is the fight with you guys in that whatever the fuck that was up in the mountains. It was awesome. That was huge. And there were giants there. Like I fought with giants against a giant snake. And that's so fucking cool. Why would I ever want to forget that? And he's tracing the outline of a serpent whose mouth is a smile of the scar. Like the scar is the smile on the serpent.
So
And it kind of starts to wrap around his neck, and you can see other creatures with the scars are the mouths of creatures around his body. One of them's a dragon on his left pec that goes down his side, and it gives off the impression that he has not just fought, but he has killed a dragon.
so what if you don't want to remember the memory?
Uh,
Have you ever gotten any of
well,
those types of scars?
yeah, I mean, you got a few ways of dealing with those. One of them is the bottle. The other one is the rope. And the best way I've found of dealing with those is to bury them with good memories. So you can either drink your life away, you can end your life, or you can try to make it worth something more than what the bad things were all about.
I'm going to tell you something, okay?
Okay.
And I'm going to roll up my sleeve so he can see the scars on my arms. And I'm going to say, this is the reason why I don't want a lot of information about me going around. There are people in Sanborn that I don't want to know where I am and I don't trust.
He's going to slowly stand up from his desk and look over at your arms. And he's going to study them carefully. He's not going to move toward you at all. He's just going to slowly sit back down and say, "You got those in Singorn,
Yes.
the city of the elves? You... Was it one? Or was it
No,
many that did it?"
it was many.
Each of the scars on my body, for better or for worse, represented death. In my opinion, a righteous killing to justify their existence. I can't say I could blame anyone else if instead of scars you considered those to be names on a list that needed to be crossed off. And should you ever need someone to assist with said list, I could do with a couple more scars myself.
I'll nod and put my put my sleeves over my hands, and I'll start heading back towards the door. But I'll stop and I'm like, don't tell the others, please.
Tell them what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, have a good evening. Sleep well. Make good choices. Bye.
Yeah, I'll sleep well. You too. She said,
Okay.
"Sleep well, Hector." You hear this as the door slams shut, and Hector is gonna be standing out there. Just goes, "Yeah, like I said, he doesn't."
Yeah, I just, what do you say then? And when you leave someone at nighttime, that just seems weird. And then she'll just start walking towards Whetstone.
Yeah, no, I don't know either. Oh, yeah, wait up. So he's gonna. Do you want to have a conversation with him on the way back, or you just gonna like chit chat about
No,
random
we'll just be
things?
a
And
chit chat. I'll ask
okay,
him about his favorite fruit.
okay, and he's gonna
What's his
say,
favorite fruit?
"Oh yeah, kiwis. I
Kiwi.
mean, they look like testicles and they taste like joy. Like, of course, it's got to be kiwis.
Okay.
Though a
that's good to
close
know.
runner-up is probably mangoes.
Okay.
When you get a ripe mango, it feels just like a supple. Never mind. It
Oh
doesn't
gosh.
matter.
Okay. But yeah, then when I get back to the hotel.
Okay. So he's not gonna do the whole thing where like he walks up to the block and stands there and makes sure that you kind of walk in. He's gonna walk all the way up to the door, wait for you to cross the threshold, and then continue walking in the same direction he was. He's not gonna turn back. He's gonna keep down the
Okay.
road till the end.
Okay.
By this time, it's probably about 9 o'clock at night. The others have yet to go to sleep, have yet to go to bed. They're still partying hard. When you had gone through before, you'd noticed that Ulysses had a massive, massive fish on the table, and it was now like 3/4 of the way gone. Like there's just a giant skeleton and a couple chunks left, and he's got like a chunk of fish in each hand, and he's got his tankard hanging out of his mouth, but he's keeping hold of it with his teeth, and he's just like and he spits out the tankard and takes another. He's getting so slow at it, but he's refusing to give up until the entire fish is gone, and Geldrick is just watching like he's amazed that that Ulysses is still going. He's just zoned in completely on that. And War, who had ordered a fair amount of food himself, not nearly as much as Ulysses, is watching and is watching Ulysses. And every now and then, after Ulysses takes a bite, and he reaches out and grabs another chunk of fish. When he turns his attention away, War is grabbing from another platter below him that he secretly ordered of fish, and he keeps grabbing a handful and putting it back up in the place of where Ulysses just took from to fuck with him, so that it seems like he's never making headway on
So
his
good.
task.
Oh,
And
I love it.
are you trying to stay stealth from them, or are you going to go join
No.
them? Are you going to go up to your room?
I'll sit down with them and order some food.
Okay, and so we will pick it up there next time, since that's where we left off with the other gang. And when we sit down, it'll be later in the night when you're joining them in the later hours. Just before, oddly enough, that evening's entertainment will begin.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks,
Milk was
Kenny.
a bad choice.
Oh, let
I
me
appreciate you. Oh
let
wait,
me
yeah,
stop recording and stuff.
yeah.
Um,
It was a great episode of Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and
You look on your
Dragons!
face.
George! George, are you